Tell him. This boy live in the gym. He doing pull-ups with 2 fingers. Somebody got to stand up and say, okay, it's okay to put a book out. It's okay to be smart and also benefit from off of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not just in glorifying it, but look, this is what happened, and this what can happen if you keep you made it out of that shit. A lot of people ain't never coming home. So for you a testimony in itself. So it is definitely a good thing, because next thing you know, you at colleges and you getting paid to come out, not just to rap, but to actually teach, because hip hop is the presence of hip hop now. They got this shit in Harvard now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, this is who we are. It's not something we gotta learn to be.
Right.
So that's what I see. I think that the books and the music is all the same. You know what I mean? It's our lives.
I know making music was everybody got a gift. That's my gift. You already know Spade-O Unchained out right now in the stores. Go get it if you ain't got it. Download it, buy it, copy it, burn it, steal it. I don't care what you do, as long as you get it. I don't care.
Still supporting?
Yeah, I don't care. At the end of the day, like, I'm working. Memoirs of a Fallen Soldier, my next mixtape, I'm gonna probably put out probably the next month or so. Other than that, man, I'm doing everything, man. Movies, TV, everything, man. Writing books. You know, I'm trying to keep it moving, man. You know, I'm trying to build a brand here, man. You know, rappers a dime a dozen. Philly got so much talent, and it's like, you got so many dope rappers, and it's like, yes, you're a rapper, okay, you do it. You can rap my ears off for 200 bars. You gave me 200 bars, my ears is bleeding. Answer one question for me. How do I sell that?
How do I market it, man?
How do I sell that? How do I sell that to somebody? What you just did, how do I sell that to somebody? And 90% of them can't answer that. Why? Because in their heart of hearts, they know you can't sell that to nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's that's the whole thing. Like, know your craft. Like, you get all those artists from other places, like down south in those places. Yeah, maybe they can't spit with us, can't tie your sneaks, but you can put them in that studio and they can come out there with a record that somebody can sell. And that's what it's about at the end of the day. This is not the rap game. This is the rap business.
Oh, man.
It's far from a game. This is the rap business.
And the people behind the scenes make more than the rapper.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's way more important now to be marketable than it is to be talented. This is just the realities, and this is the philosophy. People want to see you. You have to be a marketable product. At the end of the day, as a rapper, you are a product. You're an artist, you are a product. If you sign a Universal Records, you're a product under the Universal Corporation. You're a product. If they can't sell it, what good are you to them? And at the end of the day, it's like, I be trying to tell dudes, like, okay, you dope, you can rap, but you still, you about 100. I tell dudes all the time, I say, man, you don't know how to rap until you made your 50th, 60th song. You don't really know how to rap. Like, you rapping, but you ain't find yourself yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't find your pocket. You didn't know what it is that's you. You didn't find your voice, your flow, your style. It takes a while. Because when you first start, you making raps for your homies, because them your first fans. So you're gonna talk to stuff that's relevant to your block and the niggas that you be with. Then you fall into the lane of making the stuff that you hear on the radio and the artists that you like, or you emulate or you idolize or whatever. You don't know it, but you start sounding like them. You don't know it, then you got to get that stage out your system. Then you start making some okay songs. Then people start, okay, all right. Then you really, after a while, then you really find your pocket. That's when you're ready to go. When you really find your pocket. And it take a while. It ain't easy. I don't think, like, artists coming up now, and I said this to somebody and they looked at me crazy. I said, man, y'all don't have a foundation that we came up with. Why? Because y'all got it easy. Y'all can make a song, get a dude to shoot you a video, your homie that got a camera, and put it up on YouTube and get it around the world. We couldn't get our music around the block. You know what I'm saying? It was hard to get our music around the block. Like, we come up doing open mics, talent shows, dive bars, anywhere they let us pick the mic up, we was doing it. You ask a cat now to go to a talent, man, I am already hot.
Right.
It's hard to talk to some young dudes these days. Not the majority, because the majority of all of them good guys.
Yeah,
all of them good
yeah,
dudes. All of them good dudes, and all of them want to win. But it's like, some of them get blinded and think they're there already. And I'm like, you're not there. Like, you could get there.
Right.
You could get there. Because I could be 100% honest. Like, not now, nor have I ever been driven by trying to be famous or be a star. I've never been driven by that.
Right.
I really just always loved the craft because I grew up in it, you know what I'm saying? And I use it as an expression. Like, I'm still not today, nor have I ever been a guy who gonna get on the beat and do tricky stuff and jump around and bounce around on it. No, I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut. This is how I feel, that's what I'm saying.
You had me tricked on one of these songs on your new mixtape. And brother, you did an awesome job. I was in my van, and it was about, I thought it was about ex-lady or girlfriend. But oh man, I hate her. That's genius.
You know why? Because
Genius,
it's something
bro.
that I lived. That's how I was able to describe it so vivid. You know what I'm saying? It was something that I've been through. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that out, man, because you know, jail is something that's glorified out here. Like, I talk to people that come straight home from prison, and one of the first things that they say, I just come home. And I'm saying to them, fall back with that, because I wouldn't have known that if you didn't say anything. So you don't want everybody to know that. You won't be able to blend in that way. Now you're labeled.
Right.
Because it's becoming like a badge of honor that you did time, and that's not anything to, you know.
A nigga can have that badge. Like, give me my decade or so back, man. You can have my badge. Give me back my decade of my freedom, man. Like, I don't, you know. I mean, most dudes like that been to jail. They ain't never been to prison. They was in jail. There's a difference.
For a couple months or something like that.
I mean, you know how it go. I mean, everybody's reality is different. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mentality. I mean, it's just a mentality that we grow up in, how we grow up. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot about, you know, I know this is a hip hop DVD, so I don't want to get too much in Dr. Phil, but you know what I mean? You know, you learn a lot about yourself. You get real introspective because you spend a lot of time with you and the man in the mirror when you're in the penitentiary. You spend a lot of time by yourself in the cell. You know what I'm saying? You spend a lot of time just really looking at yourself. And you talk to a lot of people like you really never had a conversation with somebody. You don't really appreciate life until you spoke to somebody who got 40 or 50 years in prison and still got forever to go. And they've done more. They've been in prison longer than you've been alive. And they watch the world change from behind bars. You know what I mean? Right. And like when you you sit down and have a conversation with somebody like that, it really keep your situation in perspective. That's why I was never throughout my bit, I was never down or downtrodden, because you know, I counted my blessing, not my misfortunes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, how am I complain? This dude got 43 years in, and he walking tall every day. Right. Still got his eyes like, yeah, man, when I get out of here, I'm gonna do this. He still got his mind focused. So how am I gonna be walking around moping? Right. You know what I mean? And he used to explain a lot of things to me about life that just made sense, and they always stuck with me, and it forever, you know, I don't know, just stayed in my brain, you know. And he said something, and he explained something to me about men, us just as young men growing up in the ghetto. You know, most of us grew up without our fathers. Most of us, you know what I'm saying? And you really be like, nah, my mom did a great job. My mom was enough, and you know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, that's how most of us grow up. But it's really not, because
gotta have that balance.
you grow up. But I mean, to a degree, when you grow up, you grow up without insecurities, because you really don't know how to be a man. Right. So your definition of being a man, and you know, I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna speak for myself. You either think I gotta get all the money I can, sleep with as many women as I can, or be violent. You know what I mean? That's how you try to cover your insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the things you need to validate yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when he said that to me, I was like, nigga, who you? You know what I'm saying? Like, then I thought about it and I was like, damn, well, you know, those was my examples of what I thought being a man was. The dude who had all the money, the dude who had all the girls, or the dude who had all the wreck. Like, that's who they was the man to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like, the reality of it, yeah, I mean, you know, I grew up like everybody else, playing sports and doing all of that stuff, but like, I knew I couldn't be Mike. I was 5'10". You know what I'm saying?
And brother, back then you ain't had that weight you got on you now.
No, but
you still stood tall.
Yeah, but I could be Mike on the corner.
Right.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
was your sport.
Yeah, I could do that.
Right.
I can't be Jordan, but I could be Mike up there that's,
Right.
you know, getting the money. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, or Mike from around the block that got all the girls.
Right.
Or Mike, the killer that everybody's scared of. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of them dudes was attainable.
Right.
Why? Because when you gotta go outside your house to find examples of what, you know what I'm saying, how to, you gonna run into the wrong stuff. You know, 99.9% of the time it's not no good outside of that door. And like these are just the conversations that he used to just give me, and I used to just soak it in, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I should soak all of it in. Like, at my listening party, I sat down and I told people the story, like a conversation, like me and him used to have. And this is how I really, me and him hooked up. Like, one day I was just walking the track and he was like, man, young brother, come here. I'm like, dang, you know. I said, what's going on over here? He said, look. He said, you seem like one of these young cats. You seem like you got good sense. You seem like you got something going on. I hear a lot of stuff about you. Yada, yada, yada. He's like, I don't really take my time talking to a lot of dudes, but you seem like you got your brain. And I said, well, damn, what's going on? And he said, well, look, I'm going to ask you one question. I'm going to see how you answer. He said, do you feel as though... He said, what got you here? He said, do you feel as though... you made a mistake, or do you feel as though you made a decision? And I said the obvious. I made a mistake, man. You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake because that's the answer that you programmed to give. Man, it was just a mistake. It was just a mistake. You know what I'm saying? And he just walked away from me. And he didn't speak to me for like 8 months. Like, walked past me. Like, he never even knew me. Then like 8 months later, he pulled me to the side. Was like, young buck, asked me the same exact question. I gave him the same answer. And he did the same thing. He speak to me for like 8 months. Me and my ignorant, stubborn niggerness, this went on for like 8 years. Eight and a half years. Because mentally, I was like, man, F him. You ain't got to talk to me. You ain't got to talk to me at all. And then one day, I was just like, man, I said, look, man. He asked me, I said, oh, wait, I made a decision, man. And he said, do you really believe that? I said, no, I'm not gonna be honest over here. I just got tired of, I ain't want you not speak to me for 8 more months. You know what I'm saying? I get tired of keep giving you the same answer. I want to know what, you know. And he sat me down, he said, young, and he said, listen, program to say that. As a young man, if all he believes is he constantly make mistakes, you gonna continue to make bad decisions. Once you come to the point where you realize you make conscious decisions, you're gonna limit the amount of mistakes that you make. And it made all the sense in the world. Right. You know what I'm saying? It made all the sense in the world.
Because it's ownership.
Exactly.
Yeah. And once you do that, that's forgiving yourself.
No doubt. I mean, once you come to the realization, like, that's an excuse saying you made a mistake. Right. Because you didn't make a mistake. You know right and wrong. You made a conscious decision to do the wrong thing. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't... you know, mistake is knocking something off the table. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Not intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we don't accidentally, you know, do dumb stuff. We do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those like life lessons. So it's like when I come home and I just look at certain stuff. Like I had these conversations with dudes all the time, rather than I know someone looking like this nigga on that jailhouse nonsense or old head just tripping.
Nah, because
you learn what not to do.
You basically, how long you been home now?
Almost a year now.
Yeah, so you're not fresh home. I mean, fresh home is a month or two.
Yeah, right.
So now you settled in, and the same rap that you gave me last summer is the same rap I'm getting now.
Right.
So this is a lifestyle. We are grown.
Yeah, you got it.
You know, so we got to make sure that we set an example. not just for the young bucks out here in the streets, but for even our own families.
Of course.
You know, first and foremost, our families. So, brother, just keep doing your thing, man. We definitely feel it out here.
Man, I'm trying, man.
Yeah. The music is incredible. You know what I'm saying? It's always been timeless, all your stuff. And I'm not just saying that because when you were away, I finally got his name, Marty. Marty, sounds of
yes, South Lehigh.
yeah, up
Continuous Motions.
yes, Continuous Motion. He had, I don't know how, but he had boxes
Yeah.
of the joints.
Right.
And Independence Day.
Yeah.
Brother,
Yeah.
they was lined up for this tape.
People still ask me.
Yes.
About that joint.
So certain music that's made doesn't have a time on it. You have that effect. So
Appreciate that.
yeah. So I just need the younger people that may watch this to realize when you getting it live and direct, you gotta respect it and appreciate it because everybody's not gonna talk like this. For most part, most people are gonna talk about their possessions and what they have, and they're not gonna tell you how they got it. They want to keep that part secret. But discipline is one of the main things that gets these things. It's not the money, it's how you get the money. And this man has been doing this for quite some time. So, you know, we salute him right here from Erie Ave. This is his home. And you know what I mean? Got a lot of great people that came through this vortex. That's what I call Erie Ave. It's like a vortex of just nothing but gifted and talented people that come from this area, from this side to that side. And you know, for this brother to come home when he had his I think it was the first mixtape release party, brother, I mean, before you got here, 100 people came out to support. So this man is very, very respected in Philadelphia and other places, but like, I'm honored to be able to see this day because I could remember when people was like, yo, wait till Spade-O come home. Like, it was so much hype.
That's
you know
really
what
the
I mean?
only thing that made me really keep doing music. I appreciate y'all having me. You always, you know, you already know how we do.
Definitely.
This is family here. This is the home base, Black and Nobel. And we ship to prisons.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
That's it.
I appreciate it.
And the prisons appreciate it.
Oh
Trust
yeah,
me.
yeah, they do. Yeah, and the families, man, the little ones, you know.
Oh.
Right off the Barnary sub-stop, Philadelphia, PA. Shot so loud you would think it was a club spot. African Americans, although we all over the web, we the hood librarians. We ship to prisons too. We reach out and deliver to those that's bitten too, but it's more than a bookstore. You wonder we got it, mixtapes, DVDs, and culture products. Black and Nobel got our hands in a lot of projects. We welcome all to come build, the energy is positive. And remember other teams, is awake and conscious. Come through and experience this place of knowledge. They say they'll put it in a book if they wanna hide it from us, but we got them books so you can buy it from us. Something to read while you on a train or riding the bus. Get your read on, food for thought, get your eat on. Black and Nobel.